welcome back to Big City B. I'm B for those of you who are just joining me for the first time. Today's book is going to be The Roanoke Girls by Amy Engel. This book is going to be a mystery thriller, and please check down below for any trigger warnings. Here is your summary. Beautiful, rich, mysterious. Everyone wants to be a Roanoke girl, but you won't when you know the truth. Over one long, hot summer, Lane, 15, experiences the benefits of being one of the Roanoke girls. But what she doesn't know is that being a Roanoke girl carries a terrible legacy. The girls either run or they die. Your characters for this book. For track 1, we have Lane, who visits Roanoke. Then we have Allegra, her cousin, Yates, her grandfather, Lillian, their grandmother, and Cooper, who is Lane's sweetheart. For track 2 characters, we have Tommy, who is Allegra's sweetheart, and Charlie, a farmhand who's been with the family for a long time. For track 3 characters, we have Jane, Yates' sister, Sophie, Yates' youngest sister, Penelope, Yates and Lillian's youngest daughter, Eleanor, who is Allegra's mother, and Camilla, who is Lane's mother. Jumping into what I liked about this book. Given that this book is a mystery thriller, the first thing that I liked about it was just the general sense of being uncomfortable as the book progresses. We start off and we're pretty okay, and as things go on, we get a little bit more creeped out and a little bit uncomfortable, and it becomes a little weird. I liked that. I liked that the book was making me uncomfortable and uneasy. It just added to the overall book experience. The second thing that I liked about this book is that I was actively trying to figure out where the heck this story was gonna go and what happened. And for some thrillers, I will start to do this and I don't like it because I'll figure it out, or I'm just so let down with where the author actually went versus where I went in my head that it just frustrates me. So I usually don't like that I'm trying to actively figure out what's going on, but in this book, A+. The third thing that I liked about this book was the evoked poetry within the carvings of the words. There was something about the little breadcrumbs of words that Allegra left that were so poetic, just in the way that Lane would find them, or what word was discovered at a specific time, and it was just all very mysterious but seemed to have other meaning, and it was really good, and I like that. Moving along into things that I didn't like about this book. So for this section, it's actually gonna be containing spoilers. There's only one thing I didn't like, but it's completely a spoiler. So make sure you check down in the description below to see when spoilers start and end if you want to go ahead and skip this section. Alrighty, here's your spoilers. So the one and only thing that I didn't like about this book was, of course, the incestuous and manipulative relationship between Yates and all of the women in his life, and especially between like his daughters and then his granddaughters, and then how he was like gonna be okay to like molest any of his future grandchildren. It was just I don't like it, but it like made the book so good, but it was so gross to read. That's the only thing I didn't like. It was written well. Yeah, I just didn't like that it was so creepy and weird, but it had to be because otherwise what was the point of this book? So it was good, but So I actually have a question about this book, and for any of you who have read it, if you can go ahead and drop me a comment down below and tell me what you think of this. Someone please let me know why the scullery maid was so loyal to Lillian when she knew all the things that were happening in this house. Why? I don't understand. I didn't get it. She was such like a godly woman, and then she was just allowing all this crap to happen. Didn't make sense to me. So go ahead, drop a comment down below if you think you've figured that out, because I haven't. I can't wrap my mind around why she would let things continue. Okay, for Goodreads takes on things that they didn't like about this book. The number one complaint was that there was too many sexualized scenes within the book. Okay, I understand if that's like not your jam, but I feel like it was really crucial to this book and how people felt about them, what they thought was normal, what wasn't normal. It's just, I felt like it had to be in this book, and I'm sorry if you didn't like it, but it had to be there. The second thing that people didn't like was that they found this book to be predictable. I mean, I already said I didn't think it was predictable. I was trying to figure it out and I couldn't. I was led on a couple of twists and I couldn't get it. The third thing that people didn't like about this book is that they felt that there is too much triggering content in this book. Okay, this one, totally fair. Completely fair. There is a lot of triggering content in this book, which is why I put it down below in the descriptions so you guys know before you start this book. There are a lot of triggering circumstances and things in this book. If you want to read this book, make sure you know what trigger warnings are there, just so if that's too much for you, you can avoid it. On to our quotes for this book. The first quote: Roanoke girls never last long around here. In the end, we either run or we die. This is a pretty grim quote coming from Roanoke Girl. Just that self-awareness. Quote number 2. You can't outrun what's inside of you. You can only acknowledge it, work around it, try to turn it into something better. This is a good reminder that we all have that little bit of ourselves that we don't like, and while it may not be something we can change, we gotta make the best. Gotta make the best of the situation we've been given. Lastly, would I recommend this book? Yes, but I would recommend it carefully. I would want to make sure that everyone knows what kind of content is going to be in this book before they go ahead and read it. And to some extent, it's a spoiler, but I also feel like you know it's coming. And while it's not said for like a good third of the book, you know it's there. And you don't want to admit it, but you know it's there. So I don't think it's a spoiler, and I don't think it'll ruin the book for you. Since the beginning of the year, this is one of the handful of mystery thrillers that I've actually enjoyed and would recommend to people, because a lot of the thrillers this year I've been reading are just disappointing. Really disappointing. Alrighty guys, that's all I have for you this week. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you're notified for every time I release new videos. Bloopers are on Wednesdays, if I have them, hopefully. I've been on a streak of short bloopers. And Thursdays are my book reviews. All the best always. Bye.